Hi, I'm Shakti Durga. Welcome to the Goddess Speaks podcast. This is a collection of discourses from the ancient goddess Artha, containing spiritual energy and activations and discussions of those discourses. I hope that the teachings are beneficial to you on your personal journey of enlightenment. Mother Artha opens her book to help us this day to understand another portion of the infinite wisdom. She takes us now to the time of the creation of the universe that we call home, and takes our awareness to the breath of the divine that issued forth the creative wheels in motion, that we have seen the play of light evolving, stars birthing, nebulas and galaxies, whole universes issuing forth from the one mighty breath of the divine. And she says that history has been full of life as rich and poignant as what we ourselves are now experiencing, and that world after world has existed upon which humanity has existed. That the Big Bang brings forth so many infinite worlds, parallel universes even, universes of varying colours and flavours and shapes, in which the creative process is able to unfold in many diverse ways. She says that she alluded last time to the polarities existing between one space and another, of any extreme bringing forth an extreme in the other direction. And she said that polarities exist at every place on the continuum between the two extremes, in everything. And she asks you to consider the complexity of that kind of creative potential, that everything exists with its polar opposite somewhere else, and that we have tumbled through time to where we be right now, not in a linear way at all, because time itself is not linear but circular. Your soul can pop in and out at will of any of the places of unfolding. It is a quirk in the consciousness of each person on each of the planetary bodies to assume that this is home. It is certainly home for this incarnation and a place to be loved through all time. But every person has been home in another place too. That there are many such places that have been home. True it is that our souls travel in families, and your whole family has known home in many different and diverse places. The outfolding of the universe is like a dance, danced by trillions, countless trillions of beings. A dance of such size and graciousness, where such beauty comes forth. But as for the divine allowing the duality that gives rise to creativity, not everything can be beautiful. She says that history here on Earth has also been a very interesting evolution, with cycles of time existing here bringing forth different beings, to be sure, but that human history was helped along by star beings, that the requisite consciousness to allow souls such as ours to have space upon this earth arose through connection with beings from places such as Ursa Major, the Sirian series of stars, the Pleiadian series, and many more as well. The goddess is talking about our own evolution and the evolution of the stars and planets as having much in common. She says to focus upon the rays of light emanating from her great jewel in the middle of her forehead to your chakras. As during this connection, she will also be seeding energy into our chakras for their evolution, for the divine highest good of each one of us. The Devi Artha does not see herself in isolation, but as one with all divine expression. She feels the great love and the vast countenance that she says will be difficult for us to live in whilst we are still on this earth. But the point of being here is to develop our capacity in consciousness, to not be trapped into the suffering of the dualities. And she wishes to congratulate each and every one for the work that has been done in transitioning consciousness from blame and from shadow into awareness. And that it is only through this awareness that true progress can be made. Her idea of awareness is different in scale from ours. Her awareness stretches over the forward and backwards motion of the entire universe itself. Our awareness can expand whilst we are on this earth regarding things to do with the history of this earth and the history of this soul with all of the lives it's had, whether on this earth or not. There are matters which are beyond the capacity of a human incarnated in this place. And whilst we may in dream or subconsciously receive impulsing of things beyond us, it is best to focus upon the light and the life that is here and the vast beauty that the divine has provided for us. She says in all creation, the most appreciated of all of the divine creations of beauty is the beauty of a human heart that has suffered and lost its way and then come back to love and transmuted all of its darkness, lostness, and disowned self into the pure light of what we term the Christ. This beauty, she says, surpasses all others, and the angels are in awe of the beauty of the restored heart. Without the spirituality being taught in the world in all of its various forms, it would not be possible for humanity to achieve this kind of existence in the numbers needed to keep the planet stable. There have been atrocities committed in the names of all of the great wise ones. And she said power can be misused at any level, not only locally upon the earth, but even in the greater cosmos. And while it is for humans to deal with this power imbalance upon the earth, it is for the gods and goddesses to deal with the larger theatre in which we should not involve ourselves for our own well-being. The events which are taking forth now on this earth, she says, are part of the lift and shift more generally than was discussed on the last occasion. She asks each of us to look at our own set of prejudices and to be interested in learning about them. Divine illumination will be given for this purpose, so restitution can be made. The forgiveness of self is very important, and then the energy can be sent to those who need it. She asks that we remember our connection. Our connection is real to other humans in the world, even those who are not in our cycle and sphere of life privately. when we are touched, as we've all been, by suffering of others in other lands and in other places in our own land, she says that through the inner landscape and the inner channels of spirituality, a great deal of good can be done. Lift your spirits from dejection and instead place your Shakti in action. The form of Shakti, or spiritual power, that is needed here is Kriya Shakti, the power to act, the power of action. And Ma Durga can strengthen us in the Kriya Shakti. Artha too carries much of the Kriya Shakti. But she says all the gods and goddesses hold all of the Shaktis. And so do we. Asking now for activation of the Kriya Shakti within you, the power to take action, action that will bring forth a better world for all of us. Mother Artha is encouraging of the process of bringing one's pain and torment and rage and blame into a transmuted state of golden essence and grace. She says this is far more powerful than any action that could be taken whilst in that state. Just as in our own private lives, when we are seeking to manifest good things for ourselves, she advised that it is better not to do so whilst feeling very anxious, but instead to become calm first. And so it is that this is on a different scale when we take our rightful place in helping with matters that are going on this planet, that we transmute the energies first from their raw state into their hallowed state, and then we bless. And for some, the call in the heart will be also to action of a more physical kind in the world. But like the great way showers from the past, we shall do so from a place of compassion, and thus our potency will be very strong. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Goddess Speaks. If so, please share it with your friends and your family so they can benefit too. If you'd like to connect with me, visit my website, shaktidurga.com.